What's going on? Listen, Nicki Minaj is out and it appears to be racially motivated. Y'all, the Amsterdam police aren't ish. We had some, it looks like she's going to make her Manchester show too. But can I just say this, right? I knew they was on some BS because at first people were like, oh, it's pills, it's this. They were moving weight. There was even people in my comments having rumors that she was transporting bang bangs across state lines, to which I will say, right? Whether you are not a Nicki Minaj fan or not, if you've ever been not white and encountered the police in Europe, the fact that you were looking for reasons why the police might have stopped her when honestly it could have just been to humble and humiliate her, it's wild to me. But I do want to say this. They really were just racially motivated. And they really were just harassing her. Y'all, do you know they released her after holding her for hours in jail with a fine? Because at the end of the day, she didn't do anything wrong. Listen, I'm not on anyone's side. But baby, are you serious? Now, here was the first indication that something was amiss. What they needed to actually arrest her for, which was crazy. They needed to arrest her for soft rugs. I have to speak a thing, but soft substances. Now, you know, when I heard that, I said, okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? Because you know me, I'm going to get to the dirt, right? First of all, soft rugs, right? Soft substances in Amsterdam used to be legal. They made them illegal in May 25th of 2023. It's illegal for both visitors and Amsterdam residents to use blank drugs in the old city center. But all the other parts, you can use it. And I know what you're saying. Oh, and get this. If officers and enforcers can issue a possible fine of $100. Nicki Minaj was released from prison with that fine for soft rugs. Now, you might be wondering, what are soft rugs in soft substances in Amsterdam? That's easy. In the Netherlands, the soft blanks include hash, marijuana, sleeping pills, and sedatives, while hard drugs include heroin, cocaine, amphetamines, LSD, and ecstasy. Okay. Policy has been to largely tolerate the sale of blank drugs while strongly suppressing the sale, circulation, and use of hard rugs. Okay. So it really was some pre-rolled, like Nikki said. So whether you like Nikki or not, what she said happened. They saw a black woman. They saw an American. They saw whatever. They didn't like it. They decided to make a problem. Now, Nikki did say that her tour manager set her up. Maybe her tour manager or someone that was trying to ruin her thing made a tip that she was carrying hard substances or maybe bang bangs. I repeat, the people in my comments making up mess and lying. She was not cut with any bang bangs and there wasn't anything hard. Now, they said they wanted to search all her luggage because she was mouthing off too much. And again, you are allowed to mouth off to the police in America. You cannot mouth off to those police overseas. The rights that we have, even the First Amendment right, it's a reason why it is our First Amendment, because you don't have that right to free speech overseas that you have in America. I know in America right now, well, what's going on over in the Med East, we're doubting our own First Amendment rights. But over in Europe, they don't have that. Okay. I don't know why. And again, Europe's beautiful, but I don't know why Americans romanticize Europe. Because at the end of the day, there's a reason why we made our country. And it's a reason why we are the number one country for people wanting to immigrate to. We are why people love America. It's not just because they like the way our Five Guy burgers taste. Okay. Every country's great. But, you know, America might be wrong in a lot of things, but in that little thing called the First Amendment, baby, we ate. On that little thing called the Second Amendment, baby, we ate. Okay? The little thing called the Third, Fourth, Fifth, Sixth, and Seventh Amendment, baby, we ate. We ate that. We ate. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's get into what they are saying. So she literally did have pre rolls. But for y'all saying, oh, well, what is she doing with it? It's legal to have it. That's why they literally held her in jail, why they measured it, because there is a weight for your own personal use. And then there's an amount that can get you a fine of like 100 euros. They literally brought someone in to weigh them because they couldn't tell. So it was right there on the borderline. So clearly they were harassing her. And then once they weighed it, they're like, oh, you're a little bit over. They held her in jail and then they ended up releasing her. Y'all, this is a mess. And I can't believe, again, listen, I'm not anybody's fan. But the fact y'all going up for police in the Netherlands, when people that live in the Netherlands, if you not black, or a minority or Arab or Turkish or whatever that live in the Netherlands, I don't want to hear what you got to say. If you are European in the Netherlands, yeah, I know they're going to respect you. But for the people that are actually marginalized or targeted, I want to hear what you guys have to say about your experience in the Netherlands. Now, I'm not saying it's looking like a blank rally there, but I am saying that anybody would be remiss, stupid, and intellectually dishonest to actually say that this is not a leading problem that they have in the Netherlands. And we can move out of that. Germany, Swiss Geneva, French Geneva. What else you want? Throw it on the board, baby. They got their own history and they have what they're doing presently. Okay, so anyway, let's get back into this, right? So anyway, it's also was like it's also the fact that the Barbs, if you didn't know, they literally protested outside of Nikki's jail for her to be free. Again, the Barbs, I was about to say, they about to find out about the Barbs today. They got their queen free. They got their queen free. Also, they said the reason why they were suspicious is because, listen, Nikki said their goal is to make me late and pocket 40K, right? And people said, Nikki's crazy. She'd be making things up in her head. However, right? After delaying her and making her late for her concert and getting that 40K she talked about, they said we've released a 41-year-old American woman who was arrested this afternoon on suspicion of exporting blank drugs. After consultation with the public prosecutor's service, the suspect was fined and can continue on her journey. Again, Nikki did say they tried to make me book another jet every time, all because I fired management who I found out for years were adding 30 to 50K on my jet and pocketing it. I fired a tour manager recently who was doing the same thing, and he's mad he got the boot. Their goal is to make me late and pocket that 40K, and that's exactly what happened. I do also want to say also that a lot of people were telling me to go look at Azalea Banks' tweets. They said Azalea Banks predicted this. She said, sis, you need to go to rehab. This is an old tweet she put in. She said, anyway, she was calling Nicki Minaj broke. She said, you've been scamming production companies for private jets and rented houses, kind of broke. I've certainly had my financial issues before, but I got up off my ass and did something about it. Gossip blogs and this extremely unentertainment chicken head media personality doesn't work. It's horrible acting. Stop yelling into your phone like you have no sense. Queen Radio dropped from Apple. You got rejected by Netflix and HBO Max, and then tried to give Braun Studios an ultimatum about working with me when chances are they're probably not ever going to release your documentary after the nasty way you were to them and how disgusting they all think you are. Sis, you need to go to rehab ASAP. Don't be embarrassed about it. Just handle you ish before it handles you. You can't travel to certain countries with those substances, and we don't want to see you have a seizure trying to quit opioids without medical assistance. It's the most brave, authentic move you can make right now. If you think your child isn't smart enough to see and know something is off with you, you're bugging. Like, can the Grammy board help her through the multiple cares program? There are also concierge doctors that will come to your house for medically assisted detox, and no one will ever need to know about it. Just clean up. You talking about the white man who left Garcelle, but get into all the black men who left you because you thought they weren't smart enough to know you were fishing for bars. Nas McMills. Look how far Wayne, Birdman, and Drake have distanced themselves. Pay attention. Okay, that was really mean. I was just reading through that. I did not look at the whole thing, so I was like shocked. She was going for the jugular. The point of the matter is, as much as people didn't want to admit it, it seems to be racially motivated, and they seem to be harassing her big time. And she is out now. So what was that all about? You tell me in a place where weed is legal, it's not legal in the old city, but she wasn't in the old city. And they had to break out a scale to see if it was over or under the personal usage amount. And they made her wait in jail for it. And then when they finally got it, they realized that it wasn't enough to charge her for anything because it's legal and she was well within her rights. So they just gave her a fine and they let her on her way. Anyway, y'all, for those of you that care, Nicki Minaj is out. Listen, Europe is a beautiful place, but Americans, you need to start going over there and stop romanticizing it because, baby, it has its own shit. That's all I'm saying. It has its own shit. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.